Hello and welcome to my channel. Vice Rhino here. Today I've got another video from the Dirty Christian where he asks an atheist a question. So let's see what he has to say.
Alright guys, so I'll be the first person to admit that I don't know a lot about a ton of stuff, and so I'm going to say this straight up, that I don't know a lot about atheism. But I have some questions for atheists that I'm trying to understand myself. It appears to me that most atheists are Western influenced, typically white, and typically male.
Well, you'd be pretty wrong there. So let's do some math, shall we? China is the #1 atheist country according to a 2014 poll, with 90% of respondents answering that they are either irreligious or a convinced atheist. The population of China is approximately 1.3 billion people, which means that 1.1 billion of them are atheist. The total population of the Western world is 1.7 billion. In other words, 65% of the Western world would have to be atheist in order for them to make up the majority, and that's just considering China. There's also India to consider, where 23% are atheist, or 290 million people, and to be generous, I included South America in my numbers for Western nations, which is debatable.
Now there are some female atheists out there, and they typically subscribe to very militant feminism.
Oh, I see. Your source for atheist demographics is simply the atheist YouTubers you see the most often. Yeah, I'll agree that generally atheist YouTubers do tend to be white males. So what? Are you trying to suggest that the color of someone's skin has any relevance to the argument they present? What about the genitalia in between their legs? Does that have anything to do with their arguments? And if it does, I just have one thing to say to you.
You're fucking a white male! So? You're a white man!
So my question is, and this is just from stuff that I've watched, because again, I don't have an interest in trying to disprove atheism or anything like that. I literally I don't understand why. Why is it that most atheists debate and try to tear down Christianity? I don't see a lot of atheists debating Buddhists or Muslims or Jews.
Well, they are starting to pick up the Muslim thing, and I'm sure the 1.1 billion atheists in China could say something about Buddhism. Also, since the Torah is basically the same as the Old Testament, a lot of what is said about Christianity is relevant to Judaism as well.
It's mostly Christians that they debate against. Why, if you don't believe that God exists, why do you have to spend so much time convincing others of the same thing? Like, unless you want to know why I love Jesus and why I think that Jesus is real, I'm not going to spend my time convincing you of that. And again, that's why I don't really know a lot about atheism, because I don't have enough time to focus on my belief in Jesus Christ to focus on your non-belief in a God. It seems counterproductive for me. It seems more like it should be live and let live. If your pursuit is intelligence, that's great. My pursuit is intelligence also. I very much believe in science. I very much believe in a lot of things that you believe too, except for I believe that there is a God and you believe that there isn't. So I just want to understand why, if you are so adamant about a God's non-existence, why do you spend so much time convincing other people of his non-existence as well?
I really don't. The percentage of my time that is involved in talking about atheism is minuscule. When I do it, though, I'm thinking of how invasive Christianity is in public life. Look at the American school system, where many students don't get a comprehensive sex education, particularly in the South, because they feel the need to teach abstinence only and assume that it will work. Spoiler, it doesn't. Look at the "In God We Trust" on the money and the "Under God" in the Pledge of Allegiance. Would Christians be happy if that were to change to "In Allah We Trust" or "Under Allah"? If you wouldn't be happy about that change, then why would you expect the Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, or whatever other religion, or lack of religion in the case of atheists, to be happy with it? How about all the religious freedom bills that keep popping up? Would you like it if other religious groups started refusing service to Christians because they disagree with their beliefs? Sorry, you can't go to the convenience store because it's only for Hindus. Americans have just elected a religious nutjob as their vice president. Do you honestly think that there isn't going to be religious influence in the Oval Office? We try to convince people that religion is harmful because it's harmful, and we don't like harm. Well, that's it for today. Sorry about the audio, but I was trying some different settings while recording to see if I could improve the quality. I do record in a rather noisy environment, and I have a dirt cheap mic, so there's only so much I can do, but I'm no expert, and I'll continue tweaking things here and there to try and get the best sound that I can. Anyways, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. See you next time.